Good morning. I'm Diane Duran. I'm chair of the MECA Board of Directors. On behalf of MECA and CenturyLink Center Omaha, we want to thank you for coming on such short notice. I want to extend a special thanks to you, Governor Ricketts, and to you, Mayor Stothert, and members of USA Swimming, the Omaha Sports Commission, and our MECA Board of Directors. We are thrilled to be part of today's exciting announcement. It is my pleasure now to welcome Wes Hall, the President and Executive Director of Omaha Sports Commission, who will serve as today's Master of Ceremonies. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. On behalf of the Omaha Sports Commission, I'd like to welcome everyone here today. The Omaha Sports Commission was created back in 2003 with a goal of making Omaha one of the great premier sports communities in the United States. Since 2008, our events have generated over $325 million in economic impact. This success would not be made possible without great partners on the city, county, state, and national level. With that, I'd like to introduce Mike Unger, USA Swimming Interim CEO. Mike.
Good morning. Thank you for coming today, Governor, Mayor. It's a privilege that you're here. USA Swimming has had great success in the city of Omaha. And if you had asked me, it was 2005, we were downstairs in the concourse, and we made our first announcement that the trials were going to come here for 2008. It was 2005, and if you had said or predicted the amount of success that we have had in this city and in this venue, you would have been crazy. I think we've far exceeded that, and it's been awesome for the sport and for the city of Omaha. As you know, the trials were here in 2008, 2012, and 2016 here at the CenturyLink Center. And in those 3 Olympic trials, those athletes went on to the Olympic Games to win 95 medals in Beijing and London and Rio de Janeiro. It's more than any other team from any other country. Any sport, it's the #1 total. And where did those athletes get their experience? It was right here in Omaha. The pressure-packed atmosphere of the trials readied those athletes and their coaches for great performance internationally at the Olympic Games. And that's why the trials are such an important step in the process for our athletes. We have had wonderful relationships here in town, from the Omaha Sports Commission in particular, CenturyLink Center, and some of the people that are here with us today that have played a huge part in helping us with those relationships. And ultimately, we've gotten to the point where there is such trust in what we decide and all the decisions we make for the trials itself. But that trust helped us come back here. This is the perfect setup for us, with the warm-up pool just next door, the competition pool right behind me, and the city is so compact. It really is the perfect city for an event just like our trials. We have gained great media attention, and I'm glad you all are here today, but media attention over the years as well. And while we can't announce this formally, but we know that NBC is watching carefully because they want the trials to come back here as well. And the plan will be to have 8 straight nights of live television here from Omaha, Nebraska. So without further ado, I'd like to announce that the 2020 Olympic trials are coming back to Omaha, Nebraska and the CenturyLink Center.
Nothing
Thank you, Mike. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Chris Kircher, Chairman of the Omaha Sports Commission. Chris.
Thanks, Wes. On behalf of the Omaha Sports Commission, I just can't tell you how excited and delighted we are to be able to bring a fourth U.S. swim trials to Omaha. You know, it's been a community that has continued, as Mike has referenced, to support the trials, and we are absolutely thrilled to be able to host another trials here in our city. You know, while today's agreement reflects a lot of hard work, months of discussions, it also reflects the strength of the partnership that the Omaha Sports Commission has with USA Swimming. And that partnership has been built in large part on the leadership of the USA Swimming organization. The late Chuck Wilgus, who we'll miss greatly, was a great person to partner with. He had a real passion for Omaha, and it's upon that foundation that we continue forward. The staff at the USA Swimming Organization, Mike Unger has been part of that staff for a long time, and I can think of no better leader to continue moving the organization ahead than Mike Unger, and we are just very appreciative that we've built a very strong partnership and look forward to working together in the years ahead. The agreement is also the result of strong community support. And I want to say this with total clarity. We would not be able to announce that the trials are coming to Omaha, Nebraska in 2020 without the partnership and support that we've received from Mayor Stothert and the City of Omaha. It's been critical to putting together an agreement that will benefit this community, and we very much want to thank her and the city for their support. It was critical in bringing these trials here. Likewise, we'd like to thank the state, the state of Nebraska, the county, Douglas County, as well as the private and public money, even charitable money, and support and commitment that we've seen over the years that has led us to be able to host an event like this. So thank you to Governor Ricketts, thank you to the County of Douglas County, and most of all, thank you to the whole community of Omaha, Nebraska that's really made things so successful, and we know will continue to make things successful going forward. We look forward to seeing you at the 2020 trials. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. As Chris mentioned, this opportunity would not have been made possible without the continued support of the City of Omaha and Mayor Stothert. Please welcome Gene Stothert, Mayor, City of Omaha. Mayor.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to USA Swimming for choosing Omaha for the fourth time. This is a great announcement for our city and for Olympic fans everywhere. The U.S. Swim Trials is one of the premier sporting events in the country, and it is a gold medal event for Omaha and a huge economic win for the city. The swimmers, the coaches, the families, and the fans can once again expect a big splash when they come back to Omaha. And you can count on all of us for another successful event in 2020. The City of Omaha and our citizens have always showed tremendous support of the swim trials. We get great reviews from swimmers and coaches like this. One said, "This is one of the greatest environments we have ever had at the Olympic trials. Omaha embraced us. You could feel it. Athletes felt important. We felt important. We haven't seen the likes of this at the swim trials before." Well, that's pretty great for Omaha to hear someone say that. And it sounds like a great commercial for Omaha, too. Sports tourism is an important component of our local economy. Sports events mean more visitors coming to Omaha, spending money in our hotels, in our restaurants, in our shops, and sharing Omaha's great story with their families and their friends. The economic impact of the 2016 trials was more than $74 million. So thank you to USA Swimming, to the Omaha Sports Commission, to Mecca, and everyone in our city team that worked so hard to bring the trials back to Omaha. CenturyLink Center Omaha is the ideal venue for this event, and we will once again have the opportunity to show the worldwide audience that Omaha is a great city to live and to visit, and of course to achieve your dreams. So thank you and welcome back.
Thank you, Mayor. The success of the swim trials in Omaha is made possible through continued partnerships. The state of Nebraska has been a great partner of the Omaha Sports Commission and the Olympic swim trials for many years. It is my pleasure to introduce Pete Ricketts, Governor of the state of Nebraska. Governor Ricketts.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to extend my condolences to the family of Chuck Wilgus, who passed away after a bout with cancer just a little over a week ago. Chuck was obviously a great host when I was here last year, and I want to let him know, let his family know how much we appreciated all the work he did on behalf of USA Swimming and for the city of Omaha, and we really want to express our deepest condolences for the family on their loss. Chuck was very instrumental in having Omaha be a part of these swim trials. When I was here last year, he was very complimentary of all the great work that the city had done to be able to host it. And it really does highlight that great public-private partnership. I want to thank USA Swimming for making Omaha 2020 here for the swim trials possible. That's fantastic. We're entirely excited to be able to host it here again. And all the work that Mecca, the Omaha Sports Commission, and the City of Omaha, and especially Mayor Stothert, and all the hard work in making sure we can get those swim trials back here again. I had the privilege of being going to the Olympics in Sydney in 2000, and I attended the swimming events there. And I can tell you, my experience last year in Omaha was just as exciting as those Sydney Olympics. The vibe, the feel, the excitement. It all was being emulated right here in Omaha, the same as that Olympic experience. And that's one of the things that the people last year were commenting on. The folks associated with USA Swimming are really making the point that this prepares our swimmers to go to the Olympics because they get that sense of excitement, that the crowd participation. And of course, that's one of the great things about Nebraska is that we so appreciate our sporting events here. And that public-private partnership, by being able to make that happen, is represented by the entities I was just talking about, but also by the private donors who have contributed to help bring the Olympic swim trials here. And of course, just a few weeks ago, I was actually, I guess it was last summer, I was doing the groundbreaking of a multi-sports complex in La Vista. And they are going to have, actually, their practice pool will be from that 2012 Olympic swim trials that was here in Omaha. So again, it represents how that continues to flow into our community, the great events we have like that. And as the mayor mentioned, last year, $74 million of economic impact that helps us grow our state. So it's really a great way to highlight what all the things we get an economic benefit here, but highlight all the great things we have going on in Omaha and all the great work the mayor has been doing to make this the best place in the world to live, work, and raise a family. So it's very, very exciting. And of course, Omaha punches above its weight when it comes to these events. Just a few weeks ago, we hosted the Federated Equine International, the first professional world championship that was held here in Omaha. And I can tell you, talking to those officials, they were thrilled with the venue, with the volunteers, and of course, just that great spirit of Nebraska hosting that event. And of course, we've long held the College World Series here. So you can see Omaha is a great sports town. It's a great venue to be able to host events like this, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have the 2020 swim trials coming back to Omaha again. So thank you to everybody who made this happen. Again, it's a team effort to make this happen. It requires the private donors, it requires Omaha Sports Commission, Mecca, the mayor, and of course all the private donors, and especially USA Swimming for making that decision to come back here. Again, on behalf of the people of Nebraska, we're very, very excited for Omaha again to host the swim trials back here in 2020. Thank you all very much for being here today, and thank you to all of you who made this possible.
Thank you, Governor. Once again, this is a tremendous announcement and a great honor. Thank you, Diane, Mike, Chris, Mayor Stothert, and Governor Ricketts. We appreciate your continued support. Thank you all for attending. This does include our announcement. Our speakers will be made available for a one-on-one interview basis. Thank you all for coming.